Yeah, it's your boy Crypto Blood, and welcome to another episode of My 2 Cents, where I cover non-crypto related topics like pop culture, sports, finance, science, and automotive. It's been a while, people, but today we're rocking out to some Young Jeezy, Goldmine, Trap or Die 3 album. Man, this is a classic. I know you guys out there know that, who are hip-hop heads, but hope you guys are doing well today. And like I said, it's been a while, we're going to be covering, if you haven't heard, Southwest Airlines is down. They've grounded a whole bunch of their planes. I don't know what's going on. We're going to take a look at that whole situation. It's not the first time that Southwest has been in trouble. I mean, last year they had a person killed by a flight where the engine blew up and it ended up puncturing the window and she flew out the window. Crazy. And then also, I think back in 2016, some stuff happened. We're going to take a look at what's going on over there at Southwest, man. They better get it together. The first article is out of CNBC. Again, this just happened today. It says here that Southwest declared an operational emergency after the number of planes taken out of service doubled. The airline told its mechanics it needs all hands on deck. The mechanics union, with which Southwest is negotiating a contract, said members were threatened with termination if they didn't comply. Wow, what is going on here? It says here Southwest Airlines told its mechanics on Friday that it's experiencing an operational emergency due to an unusually high number of grounded jets and demanded they show up for work or risk termination, according to a company memo issued on Friday and seen by CNBC. So it says on Saturday, 100 Southwest flights were canceled, more than any other U.S. airlines, according to flight tracking site FlightAware, and more than 1,000 were delayed. The airline usually plans for having as many as 20 aircraft removed from service for unexpected maintenance issues every day, but not this many, guys. However, each day this week, the percentage of out-of-service aircraft among its available fleet of about 750 Boeings has been double the daily average, with no common theme among the reported items, the airline said in a statement. To take care of our customers, we are requiring all hands on deck to address maintenance items so that we may promptly return aircraft to service. At the time, they said, our operational planners have been working in the background to minimize the impact to our customers. So it says here the airline, which has been in contract talks with its mechanics since 2012, told their mechanics that if they are alleging illness, they must provide a doctor's note when they return to work or risk losing their jobs, according to the memo. The uptick in maintenance items we experienced over the last few days have resulted in a slight increase in cancellations, a Southwest spokesman told CNBC, but declined to provide a breakdown between disruptions caused by either maintenance or weather. On Saturday, 23 Southwest flights were canceled. Southwest told the mechanics it would assign them overtime and would only honor vacation or shift trade requests that had already been approved, according to the memo. Yeah, man, I've heard a lot of troubles over there at Southwest. I've flown Southwest maybe 2 or 3 times. I didn't have any issues with Southwest. You guys let me know the worst airlines you've experienced. I know the top of my list would be Spirit Airlines, man. They are the worst. They are the worst for sure. And actually, let me look at the top list of worst airlines. Let me see if I can pull that up really quickly. It looks like out of Forbes, they've got them ranked from best to worst, and let's see what they're saying here. It says here, a brand that specializes in air travel, frequent flyer miles, and points released the 2018 Best Airlines report, coming on the heels of a newsworthy year for aviation and travel in general. Anyone remember the United pulled the guy off the plane? Yeah, this is crazy. This second annual report ranks the best American airlines as well as the worst airlines in America. Here we reveal, it says, the overall list, which was compiled using a strategic methodology based on data and a set of 10 criteria in categories ranging from price all the way down to headaches. Then we share the rankings in each individual area. We also chat with the points guy himself, CEO Brian Kelly. about the results. So let's see what they're saying here. So it looks like from best to worst, number one being the best, Alaska Airlines. Wait a minute. Southwest Airlines is second? Maybe from experience, I guess, from customer experience. Like I told you, I didn't have any issues with Southwest when I flew, but they seem to be in the headlines more than not. Delta Airlines, I love Delta. I would rank that as very high as well. I've never flown Alaska. United Airlines, Frontier, American Airlines, Spirit is 7, so they're toward the bottom. JetBlue number 8, and Hawaiian Airlines is the worst. Never flown Hawaiian Airlines either. So it kind of breaks it down here. But yeah, that's pretty interesting. Not surprised at all to see Spirit down there at the bottom. I swear they are the worst. But again, I told you that, you know, this isn't the first time that Southwest has had issues, man. And, you know, again, the one person that died last year from an engine blowing, that was tragic. So it says with that particular case, one person died after a Southwest airline plane experienced serious engine trouble Tuesday and was forced to make an emergency landing in Philadelphia. 7 other people on the flight were injured. It says that it is the first U.S. airline fatality since 2009. The NTSB chairman said an initial inspection showed that a fan blade had separated from the engine. In a news conference late Tuesday, he said the plane's engines has 24 blades. He says here the number 13 fan blade was separated and missing, and it was separated at the point of where it would come into the hub. Our preliminary examination of this was that there's evidence of metal fatigue where the blade separated. I'm wondering who makes their engine, because it seems to be a consistent problem that they're having with their engines. It may be an engine issue. Whoever their supplier of engines is, they need to really get that in order. They've had actually a number of mechanical issues, so I'm just wondering if, you know, there's some issues with their mechanics and their whole labor union thing going on over there. You know, I have to think that may be the case. They've been in negotiations with them since 2012, which is a really long time. And maybe these mechanics are getting fed up. It has to be a balance, in my opinion, because, you know, I've seen so many scenarios where unions or union members have completely taken advantage of the company. You know what I mean? You just look at 2008 and how the big three really took a bad leg down. The downturn wasn't directly caused by their internal operations. I'm talking about the big three. It was more like a side effect of the financial crisis that we had in 2008 and 9. But if you just look, like they were too big anyway. Like they needed to trim fat. I knew many people. I'm here in the Motor City. I knew many people that worked for the big three and were union workers and non-union workers as well. Just talk about the different stories of people just taking advantage of union protection. You know, so it has to be a balance, in my opinion. It can't just be that, you know, these companies shaft the workers, because of course they wouldn't be a company, they wouldn't be successful without the workers. But at the same time, these unions, man, they can take a toll on these companies. They really can. They can't be as agile as, you know, companies that don't have unions. So I don't know. It has to be a balance. I don't know. You guys let me know. And then the other one was back in 2016. Same thing. An engine fails. It says here that Southwest flight from New Orleans to Orlando was forced to make an emergency landing when one of the engines failed, the airline said. A woman who was on the plane with her husband and 3 children told CNN affiliate that the engine was right outside her window. It was just a big explosion. There was some kind of smoke, then nothing. The plane started shaking and breathing masks were deployed as the airline descended. It says that there was damage to the left side of the plane just above the wing. Some people started screaming and crying, the woman said. But thank God it says none of the 99 passengers or 5 crew members were hurt in this incident. So it looked like this particular plane diverted to Pensacola, where the crew declared an emergency, and the Federal Aviation Administration said Southwest described the engine trouble as a mechanical. You hear that? A mechanical issue. It's either the maintenance, mechanical employees, or we've got an issue with a supplier. Whoever's building that engine, I'm not sure who Southwest gets their their engines from, or it was probably more so from Boeing. Yeah, but we'll have to see what happens with this latest issue. I don't know, man. I think they need to really tighten up over there at Southwest. They need to get their stuff together. I ain't flying Southwest, don't you? If I'm booked to go out of town for an event or something, so anybody booking me to go out of town to do a show or something, don't you book me on Southwest, people. You better find another airline, because I ain't flying it. That's pretty much it, though, for today. That's my 2 cents. And definitely make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe. Let me know, again, what is your top worst airline? I would love to know. It's your boy Crypto Blood, and I'm out of here. Holla!